We hear about microplastics all the time, and it's a growing concern for sure. But what if I told you that one of your best lines of defense is right there on your plate? In this explainer, we're going to lay out a dietary blueprint to help you build your brain's resilience against them. Let's dive in. So this is the big question, right? It feels like microplastics are in our air, our water, our food. They're everywhere. It can feel pretty overwhelming. So can what we eat actually make a difference for our most important organ, the brain? The answer is a resounding but, a nuanced yes. And this is a really crucial point, so let's get it out of the way right at the start. We need to be super clear. We're not talking about some magic detox that's going to pull plastics out of your brain cells. That's just not how it works. Instead, this is all about building a stronger, more robust brain that's just better equipped to handle the stress that microplastics can cause. So let's totally shift our mindset here. Instead of feeling anxious about all the things we can't control, let's focus on what we can control. We're going to move from a place of anxiety to one of empowered action. The goal here? To build a biological fortress for your brain. This is exactly how we build that fortress. See, microplastics are linked to things like inflammation and oxidative stress. You can think of that as biological rust on your cells. So our strategy is to arm our bodies with the tools to cool down that inflammation, fight off that rust, and just support the body's own incredible cleanup crew, especially the liver. To do this the right way, we need a plan. A blueprint, really. We've basically distilled all the science down into 5 core pillars. These are the foundational principles we're going to use to construct your brain's defense system. And here they are. First, we're going to maximize antioxidants to fight that rust. Second, we'll actively fight inflammation. Third, we'll support our body's amazing natural detox systems. Fourth, provide the key nutrients your brain needs to repair itself. And finally, and this one is huge, we've got to optimize our gut health, because a healthy gut is so directly linked to a healthy brain. These 5 pillars are a guide. Okay, so now that we have the blueprint, we need the building materials, right? Let's get into the specific foods that are going to form the bricks, the mortar, and even the steel beams of our brain's fortress. First up, an absolute non-negotiable, omega-3s. These are what we call essential fats, which just means your body can't make them. You have to get them from food. They're star players because 1, they directly fight inflammation, and 2, just as important, they are a physical part of your brain cell membranes. I mean, they are literally what your brain is made of. So where do we find them? Well, fatty fish like salmon and sardines are just fantastic sources. If you're looking for a plant-based option, algae oil is excellent because it gives you the same kind of omega-3s you find in fish. And for just easy, everyday additions, you can't go wrong with walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. They're total powerhouses. Now, what's really cool about this is how antioxidants work together as a team. Think of vitamin C and vitamin E as this dynamic duo. Vitamin E, which is fat-soluble, is out on the front lines, protecting the fatty membranes of your brain cells. But when it gets used up fighting, the water-soluble vitamin C swoops in and recharges it so it can get back to work. It's this beautiful synergy that shows why eating a variety of whole foods is just so important. And that antioxidant team doesn't stop there. Polyphenols. These are potent compounds found in plants that pack a serious punch. The key here is to think color and flavor. That deep blue in blueberries, the rich bitterness of dark chocolate, the vibrant green of spinach, that pungent kick of turmeric, all of those are signs of powerful, brain-protective compounds doing their thing. Okay, let's talk about supporting detoxification. There's a superstar compound called sulforaphane. Now, it doesn't detox you directly. Instead, it acts like a switch. It literally turns on your body's own powerful detoxification enzymes, especially in your liver. It just helps your body's own cleanup crew work way more efficiently. And you'll find it exclusively in cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli sprouts have the most concentrated source by far. But hey, regular broccoli, cauliflower, and all their cousins are excellent choices to get this process going. A little light steaming is a great way to prep them. Of course, building a strong fortress isn't just about adding all the good materials, right? It's also about making sure you're not actively sabotaging the walls from the inside. So let's talk about the foods and habits that can really weaken our defenses. These are the main culprits. Ultra-processed foods that are loaded with sugar, unhealthy fats, and all kinds of additives, they're pro-inflammatory. Same goes for having way too much sugar and refined carbs. They actively work against our goal. Industrial seed oils, charred meats, excessive alcohol, they all contribute to that oxidative stress and inflammation we're trying so hard to fight. But here's the really empowering part. Every single weakener has a strengthener. This isn't about depriving yourself. It's about making smart, strategic substitutions. Swapping a soda for a green tea, you're getting those amazing polyphenols. Grabbing walnuts and berries instead of a processed bar, you're getting omega-3s, vitamins, and antioxidants. It's these small swaps, done over and over, that build the fortress over time.
Now, a healthy diet is definitely the foundation, but to make our fortress truly resilient, we need to support it with some key lifestyle habits. Nutrition doesn't happen in a vacuum. These are the non-negotiable support systems. Staying hydrated with filtered water is just fundamental. Exercise boosts blood flow to the brain, which is huge. Managing stress is critical because chronic stress is super inflammatory. And of course, the best strategy is always to reduce your plastic exposure where you can. But let's just focus on one of these for a second because it is absolutely critical.
7 to 9 hours. That's the magic window. This is when your brain's unique cleanup crew, it's called the glymphatic system, really gets to work. It's like a power washing crew that flushes out all the metabolic junk that builds up while you're awake. If you don't get enough quality sleep, that system just can't do its job properly. So let me be clear. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a core detoxification strategy, period. As we start to wrap up, it's so important to remember this one thing. There is no magic bullet. There are no magic pills or quick fix detoxes that are going to solve this. Be really wary of any product out there claiming it can remove microplastics from your brain. This is all about a consistent long-term approach.
So here's your final action plan. Focus on getting these incredible nutrients from whole foods first. And please don't stress about being perfect. Consistency is so much more powerful than perfection. A handful of berries and nuts most days is way better than a perfect diet one day a week. And remember to wrap this all up with those lifestyle pillars: sleep, exercise, and stress management. This is your holistic strategy for long-term brain health and resilience.
Ultimately, every single meal is an opportunity. Your plate is your blueprint, and the foods you choose are your building materials. The power to build a stronger, more resilient brain is, in so many ways, right in your hands. So the real question is, what will you build?